Okay, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. Okay, welcome everyone to the Pro Trade Room Plus and the Wasde Report. My name is Lee Goldstein. I'm the Trading Director for 10-Minute Trades. Please remember, all the trades we discuss are for educational purposes. It is possible to lose money trading futures, so trade carefully, please. Okay, I do want to welcome everyone who's watching us on YouTube, so thank you for joining. And let's get started for the WASD report. So one thing that I want to start on is with the WASD report, I will set up a second trade on soybeans in particular, because if there is a good move, very often it's possible to catch a reversal on soybeans. I just want to have it available on the chart. So the first thing I'm going to do is set up soybeans, JOBB version 11. It's a reverse continuation. And I'm just going to have one contract set up, a 15 target and a 15 stop. You don't need a target one stop move on that. That should be reset to 0. Remember, all you need for a reversal continuation is a target, a stop, and the number of positions, one position. Then I'm going to scroll down to setup, and I'm going to label it REV, REV, and I'm going to trade that when I get it set up on my Buell Knox account. I got to connect my price. Ooh, is there a problem? Shouldn't be. Every now and then, technology just doesn't work. You ever notice that? You just do something you've done every day, over and over and over for the same second every time, and you get an error, right? We got an error. I didn't do anything different than I did yesterday or the day before. Nothing has changed, and it is definitely struggling to connect. So we'll give it a minute to get connected. Let me pull up the DMM while we're waiting. So what is a DMM? The DMM is our trade report. It's got the setup of how we are going to trade the Wasde report. So Buell Knox is struggling to connect. Is anyone else having problems out there connecting to their Buell Knox prop account? So we'll give it another shot. Sometimes it's just because there's no reason why these things happen. They just do. So I think what I'm going to do is reboot my platform. Let's see if that helps. Reboot, save everything, and then I'll just start it over. You know, with trading, you have to be willing and able to roll with the punches, right? You just got to deal with everything that gets thrown at you and not let it bother you. Never panic, never rush. Um, in my opinion, I don't like if I have a problem, maybe you get an error with the platform or something's not working, and you've only got 30 seconds left before the trade. Don't rush and take the trade and goof up and have a loss because you didn't get things set up properly. What's the big deal if you just miss the trade? Life isn't going to end. We go over this all the time. Things happen. So something's up with Buell Knox on my end where it's not connecting me. So I'll give it a minute. Anybody else out there having an issue? Because we do have a bunch of people trying to trade with them. Now, I do have another account. Let's give it a minute. So we have a corn set up on a breakout that if you notice the DMM, it says dull. Okay. The DMM is dull on corn last session. It was a winner on the breakout last month in July, sorry. And then it had three cancels, June, April, and March. Corn has been rather slow, but we are seeing a little bit of life in corn. We are seeing some life in corn, but I'm interested in trading it as a trap trade. That's how I'm interested in corn, and that's how I'm going to trade it. So I'm going to click on strategies. I'm going to choose trap trade, and I'm going to set it up. Position size 1 is a 1. Position size 2 is a 1. My stop is 15. My tier 1 is 8. My tier 2 is 16. And my stop is 15. Okay. The time of the event is 11:59:55. That means it's going to put my orders on the chart 5 seconds before the news comes out. I'm going to label it trap. I know I'm trading corn as my trap. With a trap trade, I expect there to be a small burst and a change in direction. And it's on the change in direction that I would like to make my profit. Okay. Maybe Buell-Knox is having an issue. So that's going to change. Huh. Can't get in. Cannot get in. So I'm not going to be able to trade as many setups as I wanted to if it's not working. Now, the breakout on the Wasde is soybeans. And we are trading soybeans ZS 1124. And let me just change something up. Let me going to start from scratch. Okay, I don't need, so that reversal trade is not needed at the moment. All right, just at the moment, I want to start from scratch. We have our trap trade on corn, and my original plan was I was interested in trading that in my 10-minute trades cash account. On a trap trade, make sure that you can see all of your buttons across the top on the taskbar of the chart. Okay. Combine is the last button. I have a break even button. I have a close the trade button. Adjust, which we don't use. Cancel the outer tier, which can come into play. And a combine button. Just make sure you can see them all. Okay. If you're trading the trap trade. Now, most people don't trade, honestly, most people do not trade the trap trade on WASD. We normally trade the soybean breakout. And the soybean breakout, I'm trading. It's a breakout. The trigger time is 11:59:58. and the bracket is 12, and we've got targets on the DMM of 9 and 21 with a stop of 20. I would definitely use the target one stop move, break even -5, or 4 is okay. And then so choose your targets. The targets, I think, based on how this report has been moving lately, 9 and 21 on the DMM is fine. All right. Remember, you don't have to copy my exact targets. There's no reason to do that ever. Targets are not in stone. Stops, we usually are a serious recommendation for a stop. The brackets are serious. Time is serious. When I say serious, I mean more firm. But targets are much more general. Targets are absolutely not to be copied. Everybody has different targets. Okay. You don't have to use the same targets. You have a range. The range of targets is based upon how much the trade's been moving. If you have a trade where you've got movement of 20 to 50 tick winners, you can range your targets within that range. But don't forget you have a bracket to account for. The bracket is going to use up 12 ticks. You have a little bit of slippage to account for on most trades, right? So keep it in mind. Just a little bit of slippage, a little bit of bracket, or a lot of bracket, depending on the setup. I'm going to set my time. Let's save the template, and we'll call this Wasde ZS, today's date. And I'll put my time at 0 to check my brackets. I may have to, everything right now is on sim. I have to fix my other setup there. Okay, so let's trigger our breakout trade in sim. Brackets are a little big, right? Now I'm going to put my indicator on points. Net change display, I'm going to put it on points on the grains because it gives me a better feeling for how up or down they are. 750 is not that bad. It's not like an out of control, crazy volatility day. And you have to make sure that if I want to trade this in my account, then I need to tell the software that I'm going to trade it in my account. At the moment, my plan was to trade corn as a trap trade in our regular JOBB account. My second trade to trade the breakout was going to be in Buellnox, which now is loading fine. So we'll go back to our plan. So we can do exactly well. Usually if something doesn't load or work, it's only for a couple of seconds and then it works. Right now it seems like it's working fine. So we will double test our brackets. A little big, but everything looks fine there. So now what I'll do is triple check our setup. All right. So we have a breakout trade. Where do we get our setup? It's the setup we designed and sent to everybody the day before the trade yesterday, and also posted it on our website so you can practice trading before you get here if you wanted to using the playback function of NinjaTrader. And we've got a bracket of 12, targets anywhere between 8 and 25-ish, I think is within reason. Stop is 20, and then target one stop move means if your first target gets hit, you might want to move the stop to break even plus, break even minus a few ticks, 3, 4, 5. Triggering at 11:59:58. Trading in Buell. Okay. Also, setting up a secondary reversal trade. Putting the charts on Buell. We're up a couple of bucks from this morning's natural gas trade. This morning was kind of quiet. Had a tiny loss on the ECB, like $31. No move on the PPI that traded for us. We just didn't have a trade. Didn't get filled. A little bit surprising. I expected both of those reports to be monsters, and neither of them were. So that happens all the time. Don't ever try to guess. Don't trade on what you think is going to happen. Trade on what the market gives you. Now, we do have a triple magnet on this grain setup. You've got low of day, PP, and the recent open. That is a triple magnet down here, 3 pivots. So what would be interesting would be to get a move up that hits our targets, and then the news changes direction and gets pulled into that magnet. You could get pulled into the magnet on the news. It's possible as well. So our setup is we have a breakout, and what I was going to do also is set up that extra trade on soybeans, adding another setup onto my chart called reverse continuation. And I think I want to be smart about it. I don't, this report's not moving that big right now. It's been a little bit smallish. It's not growing season. Usually at the end of the year, we get our bigger moves on this report. And sometimes you still can get a very big move. So I think what we'll do is just go for a 12 target on our reversal continuation. I think you have to go for a similar stop, at least 12 to 15 on the stop. And the one thing to know is that this report does have a tendency to reverse. And we will label this reverse, reverse, like we always do. And then after the breakout, if there's an opportunity, I'll look at it. After the breakout, when you enable a reversal trade, you get your buttons. Okay? You get the buttons. Why do I keep looking over? I'm looking over at my laptop to see everybody that's streaming. I want to say thank you for joining us on YouTube. If you'd be kind enough to hit our like button, we would very much like you for doing that. And make a comment. Let us know if you enjoy these streams. Nobody ever says anything. Tell us you like seeing these streams or you hate these streams. You can't stand watching us trade. It's up to you. We don't mind. Say whatever you want to say, but say something. Say something. Who did a song called Say Something? Somebody help me out here. I remember liking that song a lot, and I don't remember, was that the name of it? Say Something? Let's Google it. Say Something. No, it's not Christina Aguilera. Nope. It's not Justin Timberlake. Hmm. So you know that you cannot claim a title for your own. There can be a million songs with the same title. It's not Chris Stapleton. It's not Justin Timberlake. I probably don't have the title right because I certainly do not do a lot of listening to Christina Aguilera. I don't listen to much Justin Timberlake these days either. My Backstreet Boy days are long gone. So I don't remember who did the version of a song called that I liked. All right, we're watching Corn on the right. We'll be checking in on our trap trade to see if it works. We'll be looking for the breakout. Now, the Wasde trade, if you notice, there's no calendars open because Wasde does not appear on calendars. It shows up on the investing.com calendar, but no results, no nothing. So we know there's a Wasde trade, but we will not know what the results are unless we get filled. This is what happened in August. August was a strange one. It looked like it should have been a perfect winner. And I believe that what happened, it was such a fast move that now what's interesting, all of a sudden, Financial Juice is covering WASD again today. They have not covered WASD in quite a while. They covered it for a while and then they stopped and now they're doing it again. So WASD in August, it had what appeared to be an excellent move, and I had a small loss in my cash account, which when we analyzed it, it hit the first target, which was small, took me out of the trade on the second. Before I got to the second target, it hit the stop, and it was a small loss. It was a good move. It was a good looking move on soybeans, but alas, it did not return a profit. It was close, and it was sometimes speed of market doesn't get you a good fill, and if that happens, you just don't sometimes get what you need. I've got all these song titles in my head. I'm not even going to say everybody knows who you don't get what you need. We all know that song. Anyway, um, my whole day is filled with song titles. I mean, um, per, certainly because I'm a musician, it's something I'm always thinking about. I'm always thinking about music and songs and always have headphones on. I'm always listening to music. So my life is it's funny. My life is defined by trading commentary, where everything I look at when I'm dealing with people, it's like just like a trade. My life is like a trade, and my life is like a song title. It looked like a perfect trade, and it just for whatever reason I did not get a good fill. And you can see it in the results. Hit target one, hit stop two. So it was too bad because it was a small loss instead of a nice winner. Nevertheless, it was a good move, and I'm sure that quite a few people in the room had winners on that. Sometimes fills are very random. You could see that the trap trade was fabulous on corn. It was very good. You want to be patient on the trap trade. If it fills, I might wait minutes for it to work. All right. I'm not going to assume that the corn trap trade is not working if it doesn't work in a minute. We might want to give it 2 or 3 minutes. Keep that in mind. Let's look at WASD a year ago. WASD a year ago, that was soy. We had a smaller bracket, similar stop. The moves were very big. 168 ticks in July of 23, 60 ticks in February, 51 in May. Definitely bigger than we're seeing right now. This was that July move. It was very nice. And it looks like it didn't fill. It was so fast, it did not fill that July move. And the trap trade on corn did not fill because of normal reasons. Corn didn't move enough. That's fine. That's okay. And then if we look at June, our setups have been very similar these days to what we're doing now. We have not made a lot of changes on WASD over the past, I'd say, 6 months or so for sure. I have a lot of videos within a video. This is April. If I can show them clearly, I'll show them. Let's see if this will show up. So this looks like it's April coming up, April of 24. Did not quite initially get to target one. Let's see, does it push down? I think it did push to target one. Maybe not. It just, come on, push, target one, and stop move to safety. All right, that was April. Interestingly, corn, now keep in mind my corn charts are pretty spread apart. It's a way bigger move than it looks like. Corn has not been having very big moves. 25 ticks is the most we've seen, I believe, all year. March, this was March. Sometimes you have to wait for WASB. Sometimes the news is late. This looks like, and sometimes there's no response. It's pretty rare to get a no response. Normally, you'll see a move like this looks like the news is out, and soybeans just did not have a good response because corn had a decent move. So the other instrument will often give you your clue as to what happened. February, WASD is a report that we've been trading since the day I got here. When I got here, I did not know what a WASD was. I never knew about corn futures. I didn't know about soybean futures. February had a nice move. I did not know about the grains. I never traded them. No one ever taught me about them. That was January. And then the main purpose of this video was actually June. Here's June. But isn't that nice? We got like 4 other months all in one video. That's why it's nice sometimes if the video is usable. June. Now you notice not much movement in corn either. Could be a no move on this report. Let's see what happens. June was a cancel. Okay, June was a cancel. Normally will be filled within 30 seconds. It's pretty unusual, but I have seen WASDs go more than a minute with no fill and then a fantastic move. I've seen it. It's rare, but I've seen it. Hey, I've seen a duck fly in a car, but it's rare. Okay, we're ready to go. I'll try also, of course, to pay attention to my trap trade. The breakout A breakout where you move the stop to safety is almost a self-managed trade. It's almost an automatically managed trade. You don't have to do a lot to a trade that moves the stop if it hits the first target. Hey, Raj, it's been a while. I know you had a lot going on. All right, so we're getting ready. Okay, not a good fill. I'm a little bit worried. Combining my orders. Combining my orders. Okay, I took a tiny profit, did not like the move. I'm not thrilled with my trap trade, okay? Because it's going a little bit far. It's pushing, it's pushing, it's pushing. Bringing it a tiny bit bigger. I think we should get our reversal. I'm combining my orders if I can. We should get a reversal on this trap trade, but it's a long way to go. That's what worries me. It's a long way to go. I'd very much like it to stop. Now, soybeans have stopped pushing down. We could get our reversal on corn. I'm not going to shrink my stop yet. I can't. We're long, you understand? And it's been a pretty intense move. I'm not feeling great about corn. We had a small, tiny profit on our breakout, but corn is looking very difficult. This is frustrating. That's a shame that corn just, it didn't work. It didn't work. I think it's still going to reverse. Now I'm turning off the breakout. It's very, very, very rare not to get, or look at the reversal on soy. It's definitely hard to trade two setups, but the breakout was over. The breakout was over, but corn did not reverse. It didn't give us the reversal. Now it may reverse now, but I something's going on where it's very negative news for corn pricing. I'm not going to try and guess where this reversal is going to kick in. I have to just bite the bullet, accept what happened, and move on. You know, I'm tempted. I really am tempted to get rid of my trap. I don't like to chase reversals, but I'm just going to look one position, 15 ticks, 15 stop. Let's see what the price looks like. Something's not quite right, so I probably won't do anything. With a trap trade, you're not setting up a reversal because the trap trade's a reversal. No, I would not recommend. I don't think I would recommend. Oh man, this is tough. This is tough. Right now, the squeeze is not in your favor for this reversal. It's not, but I do believe it's going to. I do believe it's going to. Turning off my soybeans. I think there's a lot of risk in going long here because corn is slow. It's slow. I would probably look for Not a lot of ticks. Not a lot of ticks. But by definition, this report reverses almost every single time. So just watching, it does not. Now look, you do have the squeeze momentum in favor of the reversal. I would not get too greedy here. Maybe I'd go for 5, 6, 7 ticks because it doesn't have the kind of power that we'd want to see. Let's go. If I can get my stop to safety. Right now, if I move my stop to safety, it's just going to stop me out with a flat trade. If I could get a couple more ticks, I'm not sure I want to lose any more money on corn, to be honest, but it's going to take me out flat if I try to be safe here. You follow? Right now, I'm not going to lose more. If it goes up a little more, I'll trail. Okay? 1 tick is all I'm trailing, not trailing much. I just don't want to lose more. It was a significant. Here we go. So now I can trail slowly, just 1 tick or 2 ticks at a time. Okay, give myself some breathing room here. Now, at least, no matter what happens, okay, so we just gained a couple of dollars back on the reversal. It's a pretty painfully slow reversal from corn. I think I'm just going to bite the bullet and take that small little reversal and call it for now because it's not pushing well. It's not pushing well. Okay. Yeah, ZS was the better reversal, clearly the better reversal. Let's watch for one more minute here. So look, sometimes the breakout was not very good. In other words, if you let's look at the video. The reversal was great on soybeans. And corn, it's starting to take place now. It is starting to take place. It's trying. It definitely is. It's doing something. So I definitely probably could have hung in a little bit longer. Part of the issue was it was a little bit more than I wanted to lose on the trade. So I was a little bit extra conservative. Now, I would not chase it here. I just would not. I wouldn't. I mean, look, anything can happen. It can go all the way back to the high of the day. But I would not chase this reversal. Me personally, that's just not something I would do. Okay, Alan, nice. Very nice. So now, of course, I'm totally frustrated because I knew in my gut that Wasde was going to reverse. I am a little bit surprised how much corn has moved because corn hasn't been moving. And that's why I felt very strongly that our trap trade setup was safe. We now clearly have to increase our tiers on the trap because it's starting to move. Corn is starting to come back to life where it has not had that much of a life for a while. But what a great reversal. Now I'm totally frustrated that I was so conservative on that. It's really done a great reversal. I would not recommend taking the reversal now. I would not. I mean, I just wouldn't. I wouldn't. All right. Corn. So there's a lot to be said for trading just one setup. If you're trading just one setup, let's look at the video. The reason there's a lot to be said for it, Adobe has good potential. Yep, I'm trading Adobe. There's a lot to be said for one setup because you can concentrate better. We could have taken the reversal on soybeans. I was thinking more corn, reversing corn. I really should have been thinking reverse soybeans. Let's look at the video and see exactly what happened on soybeans. I'm trading it. I would trade Adobe. I believe it's going to have a strong move. It's an important stock. We've just started trading it, but it's definitely 100% trade I'm taking live. Bonds have been lousy, so I think they're a little bit better, but I probably would not trade bonds, Roz, if that's your first trade back in a long time. That would not be the trade I would take. They have not been trading that well. So we are getting a test of the high. Looks like it's going to test the high. What a very unusual move. I mean, it's just what's the word that would explain exaggerated? Everything on this WASD is exaggerated. The move down on corn was somewhat exaggerated, and certainly this reversal is exaggerated. Okay, I want to thank everybody on YouTube for watching. I'm going to end our YouTube stream. Thanks everybody on YouTube. Appreciate it. Hit the like button on your way out, and we'll see you tomorrow. We have a live stream at noon, so please join us for that. And thanks for coming on YouTube.